Hey YouTube, how's it going? So we just doubled our price for USA customers for our Freeze Dried Smoothies. I'm not making any more money. That's just the prepaid tariffs that have to be paid before shipping labels are made. Just wanted to go over this with you. So I go to ship some of my USA orders and there's an error code with my post office, and I'm assuming every shipping company's the same. But you need some 13-digit credentials thing. Did a search of how it works and how Canada Post did these things, and so you got to get an app called Zonos, and it's essentially prepaying the sales tax that you guys refer to as a tariff before the shipping label is created. So okay, my bullshit meter, it's pretty good, and a lot of times I'll just back out of things. Like USA sales are only a small portion of our sales, but we did have quite a few customers in the United States making orders. Most of it's in Canada, but I considered okay, I already took it off Amazon USA, the smoothies, a while ago because of Trump and logistics with Amazon, Canada Post strikes, and tariffs and shit. I just took it off Amazon. I don't want any bullshit, right? Because if the product's twice as expensive, that means you're going to have less buyers, right? So am I going to risk doing that? And it changes so fast. Like, is there tariffs? Isn't there tariffs? What's the tariff amount? It's a logistical hell, right? So it's off Amazon USA. I debated just not for sale off the website to USA customers. This is what I debated. But instead, I dropped everything productive I was doing because, government, for the whole day, and went through all this stuff. So you got to get an app called Zonos and tie it to Canada Post, get API credentials, and then tie that to the website so that I can continue doing e-commerce. And that Zonos app is pretty cool. So this, again, is, I guess, a company that started and got in bed with the government because the government's rules, and they collect the tariff money before the postal service can even ship a product, before I can get a shipping label. Okay, so I figured all that out, and then made notes on the website. So there's 100% tax for if you want in the United States, just so you know, if you want an order. So the smoothie price has doubled since, Trump's stuff, and that's me making no more money per smoothie and less money because my USA sales are probably going to go down 80 to 90% because I don't think too many people can afford 100% sales tax. Anyways, so you type in my information, the HS tariff code and all this stuff. So if somebody orders $1,000, Canadian or US, whatever, $1,000 worth of smoothies to the United States, the tariff portion of things is about $650, okay? And then there's other costs. So that means I have to be an unpaid tax collector to like a middleman extortionist in between government and the end customer. Like that's what a tariff is, or a sales tax. So then the payment provider, then there's a percentage that the payment provider takes. And then the Zonos thing, there's another percentage, and then there's another fee every time that they collect extortion on behalf of the government, right? And I'm just part of this really screwed up, I guess it's fascist system, just trying to operate as a libertarian in the free market, provide people good products at cheap prices. But yeah, that's kind of hard. So I spent the whole day, and there's 100% tax on it. So I determined it's over 80%. It would be my total screw job on it, right? So the USA customers, I sent you an automatic email when I refunded your orders because I'm not eating that. And the smoothies are now double the price. So I just did 100% because don't forget, although there's tariffs, fees to collect the tariffs, dollar amount fees, percentage fees, and then payment processor fees, there's other things that always come up too. So I just did a blanket 100% tax across the United States. And that's the best that I can do for you instead of just not selling it to you at all. So I just wanted to give you guys an update of where things are at with that. So congratulations to my customers. If you are one of my preparedness-minded customers, a lot of my customers, most of them, they just want healthy smoothies affordably that are super convenient to make and eat them on a daily basis. They're not even preppers. I try not to even market it too much as that. But if you were a prepper, that's just one little, that's one good thing that you did, not just smoothies, but, and for me, there's no major screw jobs in Canada. Like Trump is screwing you guys. But in Canada, and at any time, like the only thing constant in this life is that the sun is going to come up tomorrow, and the government's going to do something stupid tomorrow. And again, left or right, it doesn't matter. I treat government as a blanket thing. I don't vote because I don't like voting for stupidity and masters. But so this is your guys' game. But I buy things like, man, I've spent a lot of money. Work boots. The work boots I wanted were $200 a pair now. And I found a different brand that the sale was on for a little bit. So I bought one pair and tried it out for a few days. Worked on my feet on concrete for 12 hours. Okay, these are pretty good. Stocked up on an additional 4 pairs. Put that aside. Man, I've been spending money on tools, especially this year. Holy moly. And mechanics and equipment parts. Right now, because of tariffs in Canada, trade war bullshit, I can't get this PTO pump I need for a hay bine. It's really expensive, and it's like a 3-month wait or something. It has to come out of, I forget, Kentucky or Kansas or just, like, thank you, government. Government did this all for me. But I've been buying tools, grease guns, paint guns, shears, metal nibblers, some building material, stocking up on building material as it becomes available. When I buy, what did I need? I need to do the rotors on a truck. And then I put new brake pads when I do the rotor. So I bought 2 sets of brake pads just so I have them, right? Because a lot of this stuff is online. You get the best deal. So, okay, 2 sets of brake pads, add it to the shipping and buy things in bulk. I have, when motor oil goes on sale, I stock up, right? If I need 1 gallon of motor oil, I buy 10 if there's a deal on, because what am I going to need in the future? Motor oil, right? Now, you can't just be a prepper and stock up on things that you need. And another reason why I do like food is because I know how bad things are going to get in the West, and you need food to live or you die, right? So the discretionary trinkets and doodads and stuff like that, people can go without, but, if you don't eat, you die. That's why I go into the food industry, both for our freeze-dried food products that utilize international trade and international fruit because it's tropical fruit. But then also I produce food locally, okay? But don't just stock up on work boots and this and tools and bullets or whatever you're doing as a prepper, but you have to diversify. So that's both have a business that is a product business, have a business that's a service business, have a business that utilizes international leverage and things that other countries are good at, like maybe you import coffee because we don't grow coffee in Canada. I don't know if you knew that. So all the people that think we should have coffee factories in Canada, yeah, we don't grow coffee. So we utilize international trade and do that. You can bring things into your local community. You can try to produce things here to export to other countries. And every single one of those things, government's going to screw up. Like some will be worse screw up and a little bit of screw up, and you can deal with this screw up, but you can't deal with this screw up. So you want to kind of diversify. You never go big into one thing. Like there's a reason why I don't really advertise these. I have lots of inventory. I don't think I've done a post on social media in a year because my sales are good. And frankly, I'd rather have this than dollar bills because this exists and I need it. But anyway, you don't go big into one thing. You got to diversify because government's going to screw up one thing or another thing. And again, it doesn't matter if it's left or right or MAGA or communism or whatever. Like, it doesn't matter. Government just wrecks everything. So, and now, if you're still watching, you MAGA guys that are like, wow, we can just make stuff. We can just make coffee in the United States. We can just make your freeze-dried smoothies in the United States instead of getting them from without the United States. We can just make LED TVs in the United States. Well, I was kind of thinking about that. And, if Canada put a tariff on coffee to protect Canada's coffee industry, I figure it would have to be like 20,000% tariff. So coffee would skyrocket in price because you could get it cheaper from another country, right? But because Canada is stupid, it would protect our local coffee industry, again, which doesn't exist. So any coffee that was somehow produced, maybe in a greenhouse, somebody figures out how to grow some coffee, it would be so astronomically priced, it would be a luxury item, and the average person wouldn't be able to have it. Now, if you want to make LED TVs, I mean, China's 25 years ahead of you in factories and automation, right? That country. So their LED TVs, despite the inflation, despite the shipping, despite everything, the price of those TVs has come down incredibly. So imagine without government, you could buy a 50-inch LED TV for $50, I bet you, without government stupidity in there. But you MAGA people think, well, I'm going to start an LED factory in the United States. Okay. Now, I figured to do that because, you know, in Western countries, we're so far behind and wrecked and there's too much government and things. But anyways, if you decided to invest capital for some reason in a dying Western country, I don't know why you would. And the numbers actually state that you're losing manufacturing jobs and your trade deficit's the worst it's ever been in history and getting worse by the month. So yeah, factories aren't coming back. You're losing manufacturing jobs and creating government jobs. Okay, but anyways, do this LED TV factory. I think to protect your new local LED manufacturing facility, my estimate is the government would have to do a 3,000 to 5,000% tariff sales tax on it from better TVs that were done internationally by smarter countries like Chinese factories with all their automation and robots and everything doing that, and they've figured out the TV industry, right? So your sales are going to go way down because, yes, we're going to do a made in USA LED TV. Woohoo! And it's $24,000 for a TV. So the odd person's going to buy it, but your sales are going to drop by 99%. And, you know, you could have just bought that Chinese TV that's the same thing or better for, yeah, you know, very cheap. That's why poor people have 70-inch TVs in their house. Anyway, so that's my rant of the day. So instead of just not selling to the USA, the best I can do is 100% tax on there. So when you go to checkout, if you buy $150 worth of smoothies, our shipping rates are the same. It's free shipping over $250 Canadian. Prices are all in Canadian dollars, and flat rate shipping if you just want a small order. And then you can also choose different business discounted shipping rates like my cost. But if you buy $150 worth of smoothies, there's a $150 tax on it. So the price effectively doubled. So if you were one of my preparedness customers that purchased a lot and stocked up, good for you. You saved, like, you literally doubled your money. Like, if you were ever thinking of reselling smoothies in the future, whatever you paid for them, double it plus some because of inflation since you bought it too. So, yeah, and at any time, you know, for Canadians, here's an example. So Canada protects our auto industry, so we have to buy overpriced low-tech vehicles from Canada because we don't have access to like Chinese EVs and some of these stuff from China. And you know, my best example is Chinese solar panels. Where are all the solar panels in the world made? Well, China. Okay. There's up to a 280% tariff Canada put on Chinese solar panels. So again, if I bought $10,000 worth of solar panels, I have to pay $28,000 to my government to get them, right? And that's to protect our non-existent solar panel industry. But because Canada did these stupid things to China and doesn't want international trade, China did 100% tariff on our canola. So now all the local farmers doing canola here, they're like, China taxed its own citizens on the canola that they wanted or whatever, if they wanted it. And so the Chinese pay, but because the price of canola doubled from coming from Canada, they're probably going to get canola somewhere else, and sales will probably drop by like 80 to 99%. So, you know, one government did something stupid, so, oh, wait a minute, we're going to do something stupider just to show Like, it's a competition for how stupid you are, right? Doesn't matter what country it is, what if you're Trump or Biden, right? I have a quick little joke for you before we end this, because I'm just riffing and ranting here. The best president that you've ever had in the United States since some of the founding fathers initially, like, wrote the initial Constitution and those guys, the best president you've ever had since then was Joe Biden. And just hear me out. This is a funny joke, but Joe Biden couldn't make a complete sentence. He didn't know where he was half the time. Most of the time, he's just trying to stand around with a funny grin on his face, trying not to poop himself. Now, as a libertarian, that's the best government person that you could have leading a country, because government should get the hell out of the way, right? So just so you know, Trump is not a libertarian at all. He used to be a Democrat, right? And Republicans are kind of like left of center now, and people think that they're right wing and whatever. And I think Trump's kind of running it like the country like it's a business, even though government shouldn't be in business at all whatsoever. Zero. The only thing they should do is get out of the frickin' way of every other business out there, right? So if Trump wants to run a business, continue, go do your business, right? But the country's not a business. Now, just for all the commenters, probably the MAGA people that are still Trumpers for some reason. I used to be when he was a candidate the first time and previously, and then he effed up your country worse than it was. But anyways, a tariff is a sales tax, which is fine. So as long as Trump got rid of your income tax completely, now all you have to do is buy double the price smoothies if you want smoothies from me, or double the price work boots from China, or double the price LED TVs. And that's fine. It's just one form of extortion or another. It's like, what form of slavery would you like? It is what it is. Now, I actually don't get mad about things anymore. Like, there's a reason why I do the things that I do. Most of the things that I YouTube are like building high efficient greenhouses, local food, look after yourself, be self-sufficient, right? The stuff off my homestead is to my hyper-local community, but I also do things like this because it's just such a darn good thing to do and the best thing ever that I want to store anyways, that I continue with this, but I don't go big, right? Now, just to prove my bullshit meter, what was it, about a year ago, a big, I won't say the name, online retailer wanted to carry our products, okay? And it would give me some more exposure, right? I do Amazon. Amazon's kind of a pain in the ass. So they're on Amazon Canada and direct from us, and very few retailers, right? Because it's a pain in the butt. But this online retailer's like, okay, well, yeah, if you want to sell it with us, you got to sell it for cheaper than even you sell it for on your website, or there's no deal. And then it's $1,500 US a year, this much US dollars per month, this much US dollars per transaction. You have to go through this system, figure out this, that, the other thing. And then I still ship it out from me for an online sales, and then they get a cut. It's like, let me stop you there. Thank you for the opportunity of a big store wanting to carry my products, but that's way too much bullshit for me. Not interested. There was another, I reached out to a company with some huge solar panel stuff, and I was going to be an affiliate and get some components at some discounted rates to do some high-end videos to show you how to do that and whatever. And we had this meeting, and it's like, well, you have to do this, percentages of this, you have to do this many videos per thing, you have to sign up with this system, it's going to cost this. And I said, whoa, let me stop you there. No, thank you. Thank you for the opportunity. Goodbye, right? That, like, I don't have time for this bullshit. And it is what it is. Yeah, so they're still for sale in Canada. So the Canada hasn't screwed up too much in regards to my product yet. Like, the United States screwed all countries and Canada too. So yeah, I mean, that's where most of my sales go anyways. And again, try to be as local as possible. So again, preparedness isn't what you think it is and what other people preach about preparedness. It's not building stick huts and learning how to rub two rocks together to start a fire. Oh, no. Preparedness is much different than that. So Preparedness and resilience to me is being personally responsible for myself. So you could bring a product in internationally that your local people need, manufacture a product here that other international people need, but again, government screws that up. You could try to manufacture something here and try to find your local people to buy it for way higher price than they could get into other countries, because again, this is Canada. It's tough to do any sort of business. You could, the stuff behind me is hyper local. So Dean, where can I buy beef from you from? Well, you literally can't. I have a list. And then if you're 10 minutes away or less, maybe you got a chance. But I pick a chicken egg and then I sell. Now, government could screw that up too. Like they might require off of each of my 300 chickens and 200 ducks that I buy an RFID tracker, shove it up their ass, and government mandated stuff like that. And, you know, at a certain point, you just have to not comply and just do what's right. But so government could screw up that hyper-local thing. But the best thing ever is just as self-sufficient as you can get it, right? And frugality. That's how I got ahead in life. I do things myself. I don't, like, it takes me a little longer because I'm not going into debt, not screwing anybody over. And yeah, it takes me a little longer to do some of my projects, but this is what I got now, right? Not a lot of debt and very, very self-sufficient. Just about have like a big portion of our food groups come, like that's a banana tree with bananas on it. I don't know if you can see them. And beef and eggs, and got to go butcher chickens and ducks. Geez, we got like a 2-year supply. I did too many ducks. Might have to actually sell some or something. But instead of going to the grocery store and crying on the way home about the bill, we just be self-sufficient. This way, no money changes hands, and that's about as resilient as you can get. So it doesn't matter what rule comes in. Some of this stuff too, like don't even turn some of this, your homesteading and small stuff into a business, because government's up your ass and everybody wants their cut, right? Do it for yourself, like little things and little things. So spend the time with your family, go butcher 50 ducks or something and put those in your freezer and try to do a solar panel system that runs that freezer. And guess what? No money changes hands. You got better food, and that's about the best you can do in this screwed up world. So again, I don't get mad about these things or hyped up like that I'm going to lose a bunch of sales to the United States for the simple fact that you can't afford the sales tax that you pay to your MAGA president, right? That's why the sales go down. And it's unfortunate, but good job if you stocked up. Still for sale in Canada. Maybe once a year or something, I should do like a social media post about the smoothies. I wonder what my sales would do then, because, yeah. Anyways. We also have another product coming up, so I'm trying to do it because it utilizes international trade, you know. Like, is the Himalayan salt in the new product that you're doing, Dean? Is it local? Well, no, it comes from the Himalayas, right? Is it certified something? Well, no, it doesn't have a shelf. Well, it's 250 million years old. So, I mean, anyways, this new product that I've been working on, and it'll be available this winter, trying to get inventory for that, just in case Canada's government stupidity does some stupid things. Which, you know, the sun will come up tomorrow, and that's one of the things guaranteed. There's the sun, and government did something else stupid. Anyways, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time. Sorry about the 100% tax, but again, that goes to your president's business? I don't know, whatever. It is what it is. If that goes away, then the tax will be off, but good luck to you all, and keep on keeping on the best you can. Okay, bye. Oh, that's good coffee. I forgot to mention my buddy Nate at CanadianPreparedness.com, the big YouTuber as well, you probably know. But he's shutting down his store. So I haven't talked to him in a little while, but I think it's up to 25% off anything you need. And I think he did what I was considering doing and just stopped shipping to the United States as well. So I think it's only for Canadians only. You'd have to check out CanadianPreparedness.com. And I'm not sure how many of our smoothies he has left, but that's a good deal for Canadians. And again, I don't think he ships to the United States. And I mean, good on you, Nate. Like, just do YouTube videos again until government screws that up too. But Nate's taken the self-sufficiency and homesteading route to prepare himself and his family. That's what I'm doing too. So all his high-quality preparedness products, hopefully you stuck with it. I mean, I think for most people, preparedness is a trend, right? It's like, oh, things aren't too bad, or now you don't have any money or something. But he had the best of the best preparedness products. I did a video, I never had a chance to edit it, on these pants, LA police gear pants. And yeah, I'm just so busy just working and kicking ass. I mean, I haven't been YouTubing or haven't had a chance to do that video. But anyways, CanadianPreparedness.com. I don't think ships to the United States. Don't quote me on that. Go check it out. And good deals. Look for the promo code wherever it is. And that's the state of the world. So preparedness-minded people can see what's coming. So, but do what you can. Bye-bye. All I know is I'm sure looking good in his pants. More cowbell, Nate!
I'm supposed to be the one that says... Or no, that's
No, it's
the other
Christopher
guy.
Walken.
Yeah.